2 years ago now, me and my good friends from high school went on a group trip to Omaha, Nebraska, and we rented out an Airbnb together, and it was quite fun. I loved hanging out with all of my good friends. There were actually 9 of us there, I believe, and we were having a good time. Each day was busier than the last, full of planning and traveling, visiting different exhibits, museums, doing different things, and playing games and hanging out with this whole group of people. And one of these days, we were all particularly exhausted. We couldn't do anything else for the rest of the day. And some people went upstairs in the Airbnb to go take a nap and rest, chilling on the main floor in the living room, just hanging out, decompressing from the whole day. And then my dear friend, Audrey, she came down from upstairs and said, "Hey, it wasn't me, I promise you, but the upstairs bathroom is clogged." And this was a problem because there were only 2 bathrooms in that little house of ours. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I will just go and clog it. I don't care who did it, but I will go and clog it. And so I went upstairs. I was looking for a plunger. I couldn't find one in that main bathroom. So I went downstairs to the downstairs bathroom. There wasn't one in there either. I went into one of the closets on the main floor that has a lot of cleaning supplies. Again, nothing. I was getting kind of desperate at this point because what would we be able to do? I don't know how to unclog a toilet without a plunger. I'm slightly panicking because I was very determined to unclog this, to be the Mr. Fix-It of this house. So I continued my search, getting progressively more frustrated at the concept of a house not having a plunger there. So my friends were both laughing and also trying to aid me in finding a plunger, finding a solution. The search was folly. There was no plunger in the house, and I was very upset at this fact. The fact that there is no plunger in a house specifically made to be rented out to people. No plunger. I was upset. I held it in. I kept trying to find solutions. Nothing. I ended up going to the extent of calling the owner of the Airbnb, being like, "Hey, the toilet is clogged. We need a plunger. Is there one in the house?" And the renter was not focused on the problem that was the lack of plunger. He was focused on whether the toilet had clogged because of them or whether it had damaged anything. And I was like, no, don't focus on that. The toilet just clogged because of poop. And so we finally got to the topic of how are we gonna fix this, me and the Airbnb owner. He said there's a drain snake in the basement. I did not know what a drain snake was, so I and a few of my trusted friends went into the basement in search of this mysterious drain snake. We could not find it. I was getting progressively more panicked and upset at how fate has treated me this day. So I was losing hope quickly until my dear friend Emma, she found the drain snake, and I was so relieved. I took it, I got a bucket, and I went to the upstairs bathroom ready to take on this challenge. I had just put on a YouTube video of how to use a drain snake to unclog a toilet, something it's not technically meant to do. And I was learning, I was waiting, I was just impatient, trying desperately to figure out how to use this weird utensil. And then my friend Emma, once again, she came back and she said, "I think I know how to use this." And she did. She shoved that coil down the drain, down the toilet hole, and twisted it until she hit something. We flushed the toilet, and it flushed beautifully. There was no time in my life I had felt greater relief than when I heard that toilet flush perfectly. And I passed out, actually. I passed out on the couch after that. I was so tired, so exhausted.